Have you ever found yourself standing in a room full of people, heart racing, mind blank, wondering what on earth you're supposed to say next? You're not alone. Before we go any further, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like this video, and stick with me until the very end. Because what you're about to learn could genuinely change your love life and the way you connect with people forever. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, there was a guy named Armin. Quiet, observant, always the one sitting at the edge of conversations rather than in the middle of them. He wasn't awkward in the sense people usually think. He just didn't know how to start. Every time he tried to speak, he'd overthink it. What if I sound boring? What if they don't respond? What if I run out of things to say? So instead, he said nothing. One evening, he got invited to a friend's birthday party. He almost didn't go, but something inside him, maybe curiosity, maybe frustration, pushed him out the door. He arrived, stood near the drinks table, and did what he always did. Observed. People were laughing, talking effortlessly. It looked like magic. But here's what he noticed that changed everything. No one was saying anything extraordinary. No one was delivering perfect lines or genius-level thoughts. They were just talking. Simple things, small things, random things, and that's when it hit him. Small talk isn't about being impressive, it's about being present. That realization became his turning point. Now here's the truth most people don't tell you. Small talk isn't a talent you're born with, it's a skill you build. And once you understand how it works, it stops being scary and starts becoming surprisingly easy. Let's go deeper into Armin's journey. That night, instead of trying to be interesting, he tried something different. He walked up to someone standing alone and said, "Hey, how do you know the host?" That's it. No fancy line, no pressure. The other person smiled and answered, and just like that, a conversation began. It wasn't perfect. There were pauses, a bit of awkwardness, but something important happened. He stayed in it. Most people quit too early. They feel 1 second of silence and think, this is failing. But silence isn't failure. It's space. And if you can learn to sit in that space without panicking, you gain control of the conversation. Armin started asking simple, follow-up questions. Oh, you went to college together? What did you study? Do you still use that degree, or did life take you somewhere else? And something fascinating happened. The other person started talking more. That's the first secret to mastering small talk. People don't remember how clever you were. They remember how you made them feel. When someone feels heard, they feel connected. And when they feel connected, they enjoy talking to you. Now here's where most shy people go wrong. They think small talk is about having endless topics ready. It's not. It's about curiosity, genuine curiosity. Instead of thinking, what should I say next? Shift your mindset to, what do I want to know about this person? That one shift changes everything. Back to Armin. As the night went on, he spoke to more people. Not because he suddenly became confident, but because he stopped trying to be perfect. At one point, he even stumbled mid-sentence. Old Armin would have shut down. New Armin laughed and said, "Wow, I completely lost my train of thought there." The other person laughed too, and just like that, the pressure disappeared. Here's another secret most people miss. Perfection kills connection. Authenticity builds it. People don't connect with flawless, they connect with real. When you allow yourself to be slightly imperfect, you become approachable, and approachable people are easy to talk to. Now let's talk about something deeper, why small talk matters. A lot of people dismiss it. They say, I hate small talk, I want deep conversations. But here's the reality. Small talk is the bridge to deep conversation. You don't jump into someone's life story in the first minute. You build up to it. Think of small talk as the door. If you refuse to open it, you never get inside. Armin learned this the hard way. Earlier in his life, he tried skipping small talk entirely. He'd ask deep, intense questions too soon, and people would pull back. It felt uncomfortable. But when he started with light, simple conversation, something interesting happened. People opened up naturally. The deeper conversations came on their own. That's when he realized small talk isn't shallow, it's strategic. Now let me give you something practical. Imagine you're at an event, a cafe, or even just meeting someone new. You don't need a script, you just need a starting point. Here are a few types of simple openers Armin used. Situational. This place is more crowded than I expected. Have you been here before? Observational. That's an interesting watch. Does it have a story behind it? Relational. How do you know everyone here? Notice something? None of these are complicated. They're natural. That's the goal. The more natural you sound, the more comfortable the other person feels. Now here's where it gets even more powerful. Small talk isn't just about talking, it's about listening. Really. Listening. Most people listen to respond, but the best conversationalists listen to understand. When Armin started paying attention, not just to words, but tone, energy, and emotion, his conversations changed. Someone would say, "Work's been crazy lately." Old Armin would say, "Oh, same." New Armin would say, "Crazy how?" That one question opens a door, and when people walk through that door, they bring stories, emotions, and connection with them. Now let's address the fear, because it's real. That voice in your head saying, "What if I embarrass myself? What if they don't like me? What if I run out of things to say?" Here's the truth. You will have awkward moments. Everyone does, even the most confident people. The difference is, they don't let it stop them. Armin had plenty of awkward moments, but instead of seeing them as failures, he started seeing them as practice. And over time, something incredible happened. He stopped fearing conversations and started enjoying them. Now here's where it ties into your love life. Because this isn't just about casual conversations, this is about connection. Attraction isn't just about looks, it's about how you communicate, how you make someone feel when they're around you. If you can hold a conversation, make someone feel heard, and create a relaxed, enjoyable vibe, you instantly become more attractive. Armin experienced this firsthand. At that same party, he met someone, not through a perfect pickup line, not through some rehearsed routine, but through simple, genuine conversation. They talked, they laughed, they connected, and it all started with small talk. That's the power of this skill. It doesn't just change conversations, it changes relationships. Now let's go one level deeper. There's a moment in every conversation where you have a choice. You can either stay safe or you can lean in. Leaning in doesn't mean being intense. It means being a little more open, sharing a little more of yourself. For example, instead of saying, "I like traveling," you say, "I like traveling. I once got completely lost in a city and it turned into the best day of my life." Now you've added a story. Stories create emotion. Emotion creates connection, and connection is what people remember. Armin started doing this, and people started remembering him. Not because he was loud or flashy, but because he was engaging. Now let's talk about energy. Because what you say matters, but how you say it matters more. You can say the simplest sentence in the world, but if your energy is warm, relaxed, and open, people will respond to it. On the other hand, even the best words can fall flat if your energy is tense or closed off. So, here's something simple you can do. Before you speak, take a breath, relax your shoulders. Slow down. You don't need to rush. Conversations aren't a race. They're a rhythm. Once Armin found his rhythm, everything changed. He wasn't trying to keep up anymore, he was just flowing. And that's where real confidence comes from. Not from forcing it, but from finding ease in the moment. Now imagine this. You walk into a room. Instead of overthinking, you smile. Instead of hesitating, you start small. Instead of trying to impress, you stay curious. And slowly, naturally, conversations begin to unfold. That's not some unreachable version of you. That's a skill you can build, just like Armin did. And here's the final truth I want you to remember. You don't need to be the most interesting person in the room. You just need to be the most interested, because interest creates connection. Connection creates attraction, and attraction opens doors. In your social life, your confidence, and yes, your love life. So the next time you find yourself in that situation, heart racing, mind blank, remember this story. Remember that it doesn't start with perfect words. It starts with a simple step, a question, a smile, a moment of courage, and from there, everything changes. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.